Welcome to the podcast where markets meet perspective. I'm Manuela, your host. Together with my father, who shares his analytical market insights, we break down commodities, equities, geopolitics, and market sentiment. This content is for educational and informational purposes only, not investment advice.
Welcome everyone to the third section of the podcast of this week. Now we'll be walking you through some geopolitical changes that have been happening throughout the week.
Share my screen.
Mhm.
Visible?
Yes.
Okay, here this message of the 19th of June is about the China, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan railway. That's quite significant because this is a part of the One Belt Road that China is building towards other economies and also towards Europe. That will get freight over land instead of over sea. And what I understood always that it is quicker. Maybe not as much, but 50 million tons is quite a lot in 2030 and 20 million in 2030, 40, sorry. So that's quite a lot, and probably it will grow then. So yeah, that's what they're pushing for and slowly starting to gain traction. Then here on the 22th of June, Brussels is working on legislation that requires companies to diversify their strategic raw materials. Yeah, finally, but it's only talk now, so have to do also the walk now, especially for rare earths, but also for other metals. And their concern is, of course, China that controls everything. And you see it that you're very vulnerable in when you have events like Strait of Hormuz that is closing. So it's slowly waking up, and I hope this will continue.
And for us, rare earth metals, that's silver, gold, etc., right?
No. That's our other components. Yeah, they have very difficult names. I can't pronounce them here. But you can see them as magnets, for example, and all kind of. There are very little amounts, but they are required in defense materials. Also for windmills, for example. That kind of stuff. So everywhere you need magnets for. Yeah, you also have these kind of magnets. So they are very important, but China controls 80 to 85% of the market.
Okay. So it's different than what we discussed in the commodity section.
Yeah, the first rounds of talks were there for between Iran and the USA. They're still going back and forward a little, but the strait seems to be open. The last message I read was that 30 ships are passing in the daytime, so the flow is slowly getting up. Yeah, if it stays that way, it remains to be seen. But yeah, also money is, will be flowing again, and the US proposes now to buy agricultural goods from the USA by Iran. So they want to get a deal out of it, of course. 24th, here the Premier of China says there's explosive growth in China AA sector. So yeah, it's a bit logical, I would say, because there are a lot.
They're investing a lot into AI. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's something to watch. They are really getting into the game there. This is Armenia again, and they are signing some agreements with the European Union and their own partnership, Eastern Partnership. They getting more trade with each other, and they excluding Russia more and more.
Mm-hmm.
And this is very important. You can watch the last GeoPolitics podcast we did. There you see why it's important. It's about the trade corridor
Yeah.
through Turkey to the European Union. So this will be maybe one very big important trade corridor in the future. So that's why the US, China, and Europe are will get influence in this region. And Germany again halted a defense project. Last time it was fighter jets. Now there are frigates in the marine. They are want to build 8 smaller ships now, but they already burned 2 billion. So that's tax money spent, not wisely again. So yeah,
It's also because of
maybe
inexperience, maybe because Europe
yeah.
lately hasn't
But
really been keeping up their defense, and now they are investing a lot into it. But I've also heard in the Netherlands from a friend of mine who has someone she knows that works at the defense department as a consultant. They don't know what to do with the money, so it just
no,
burns,
no.
but nobody has the actual experience anymore. So yeah, this is maybe just also learning money, the 2 billion. It's a lot, but
Yeah, but the problem is you see the ups and downs, and that is due to government regulations
yeah.
and government rules. That's mostly not good because you see it also in the energy space. There is a lot of learning money, as you call it,
Mm-hmm.
in windmills and that kind of projects.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see already projects failing.
Yeah.
They already can't compete anymore. So it's mostly money that is, yeah, it's getting burned, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's in times of, yeah, where money is not access, you don't have access of money, then yeah,
That is difficult.
then it's
Yeah.
difficult. So the taxpayer has to pay more tax in the future. That's basically the message. So the last day, what we have here is, yeah, the US is warning Europe. Yeah, if you keep these strict methane rules, that means you don't want to burn gas. Maybe the US says, okay, we don't want to sell you the stuff anymore, and we sell
Yeah.
it somewhere else where it's more appreciated. So they're putting some pressure on Brussels, and rightly so, I think, because yeah, the regulations are not clear enough to invest for the US to
Mm.
get at the Europe. So yeah, it remains to be seen how Europe is dealing with this, but I think they are going to listen slowly to this and opening up regulations on these kind of topics. Then you have here 2 messages, and that's quite significant. That is in the northern part of South America. And what is happening here in Peru as well as in Colombia, the political landscape is moving to the right. And that is quite significant in terms of commodities because these kind of yeah, politicians on the right side are more friendly to commodity related investments. and also to foreign investments.
Yeah, and also business opportunities in general.
Yeah. So we have some companies that are in these regions. I expect a lot of gains from them in the future. Maybe I do a write-up in next week or the week after that, when I have time. But this is quite significant what you see here. Also, this message about Iraq is threatening to leave the OPEC, and that is also something. The United Arab Emirates also left OPEC, and that means OPEC is bleeding out. And Saudi Arabia, it was already a little bit like that they have to listen to Saudi Arabia, and now it's getting more and more and more. They have to listen to Saudi Arabia. So the other countries won't like it.
Yeah, the value is reduced then also for those countries.
Yeah. And that can mean that OPEC will just will blow up its existence. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Here, Russia, it's slowly getting a shortage of fuel. Here's a huge fuel shortage mentioned by Ukrainian drone attacks. So they are quite effective on their refineries, and they are putting the refineries down. That means also products will not reach the market, and that will hurt the defense, of course. Of course, defense drugs are moving on this kind of projects. So this can also be something that will end the war. That Russia says, okay, now we are laying on our backs. We don't have enough petrol anymore. So we're going to end the war. So that gives some leverage to the Ukraine, maybe.
Yeah, maybe this will be one reason to end the war quicker than what we see right now.
So,
But I'm not sure if the ego of Putin will take that well. Well, let's see. Okay, thank you for your insights. Then we see each other next week.
until next week.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
If you're finding this video helpful, please consider liking the video and subscribing to our channel. Your support helps the channel grow and allows us to continue creating valuable content. Thank you for watching. Thanks for watching. If you want deeper market insights, model portfolios, and high-quality research, make sure to visit the investorassistancepro.com website and subscribe to our paid services. We should remind you that we do not provide investment advice in our services. For free tools, tips, and educational content, check out beleggershulp.nl. If you found this video valuable, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.
If you're finding this video helpful, please consider liking the video and subscribing to our channel. Your support helps the channel grow and allows us to continue creating valuable content. Thank you for watching.
Website and subscribe to our paid services. We should remind you that we do not provide investment advice in our services. For free tools, tips and educational content, check out beleggershulp.nl. If you found this video valuable, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.